Learning to delimit my notion of who I am and how I live in the world, my perspectives open up to new possibilities. I question, absorb, then investigate and think, and I'm constantly checking for my unexamined assumptions to develop a sense of expansion in what is probable. Nothing is as it seems. Always revising my notion of how things are, the river is always changing. An open ended understanding of my combined unique literacies adds to my supply of resources to draw from. You are never in the same place twice. My personal experiences provide me with a storehouse of information. My experiences matter. I am the authority on what goes on in my head, never thinking I'm right or wrong. Remember what I already know and what I've done positions myself in awareness. I assess the clarity and validity of my ideas. I am a force in the world. You are a force in the world. See more sensitively the world around you. Observe all the colors of our micro and multicultures and notice none are the same. Encourage stories to unfold in unique and personal ways. The more we search, the more we learn and find a web of connections that highlight more similarities than differences. Explore solutions that benefit everyone. What helping one another means is finding the culminating assets within the community to build resources for problem solving. Like we don't have problemed youth. We have thoughtful, creative beings that have a rightful say in our communities. They are our biggest asset. No one human being is ever born less of a person than anyone else. In working to heal these pains and injustices, we are changing the paradigm. We can no longer hold survival of the fittest as a guideline for success. Greed has no home here. It is in working together that we can build a culture of caring that is born out of creative action. Our ideas matter and need to be shared for them to manifest. We all connect in some way or another. It is through our shared experiences we find common ground, and every story matters. We all have something to bring to the table. The plate you brought is made with many ingredients. It combines all the flavors to make up a wholesome bite. So take a bite of all the different plates and feed yourself from the community table. What you have to offer matters. In helping each other, we help ourselves. We can build a momentum of hard work and inspiration that defies a status quo of dependency. We are all stakeholders and have something of significance to contribute. We need to foster brilliance. It should be ingrained in us that we are valuable. Public is not community until we recognize it as a shared space. We don't talk to each other, therefore we can't even recognize that we're sharing. Practice saying hello and good day. Ask your neighbor a question, tell them a story. Join in moments of humanity. Walk in people's footsteps. As with your own experiences, you learn from others. That connection you feel is called humanity. It breeds empathy, gives us perspective outside of our knowing, to aid in our understanding of a greater whole. We are connected in so many ways. Dialogue unlocks hidden possibilities no one could dream of alone. Recognizing each other as neighbors with common interests, we build security. It's when we're all fed and sheltered, and when we can ask our neighbors for help when we need it. We become partners in community success, the unified purpose of place. In the process, you'll find what you didn't know you were looking for, or a better version of it. Making allows for understanding to come alive. It's where questions are born and ideas ignite. Think through, refine, make, break, remake, tear it apart, then glue it together. Knowledge is built in the process. What are your inspirations? They mark who you are. Your ideas are valid, as are your mistakes and your learnings. What is unknown can't hurt you if you persist. It can lead to discoveries and revelations. Keep at it. Push past and create discipline. Learn your language and stretch it. How does it feel? Awkward? Be comfortable with that. Reflect on what you've done and find keys to where you're going. The path is hardly ever straight, and you can't get to the end by cutting corners. So you can't get to your destination without putting one foot in front of the other. The path is everything. Feel the ground that you have created with each step that you've taken. So keep walking. Use the space to imagine, experiment, practice, and revise, and stand tall in your accomplishments. Being in nature can help us reassess our path when we falter. It clears the mind of overindulging emotions and undisciplined ramblings. Face your horizon and nourish yourself with wonderment and wild imagination. In a state of awareness, the subtle mind markers of life flash at you in a billion shades of green. As you hear the dampness fall from the trees, so does the confusion you brought with you. Remember these moments of clarity to support you in your work. You are not yourself until you are truly alone in the wild, and from there you can get glimpses of your potential reflected off your misgivings. What initially are your fears become gifts of reason and knowledge. What you have to offer the greater whole is your calling. Nothing would be the same without you. So remember to go home, whatever that means to you, every once in a while, where you find the place of stillness and appreciation, where you draw a breath in awe of who you are. These are the words I would tell the world if it asked.